Hi, my name is Myra. I like long walks in the park. I'm an Aquarius. I am a dog lover as long as they're my dogs. I am a spiritualist and I am just enjoying the atmosphere and the weather outside is good and gloomy. So, what better time is there for me to introduce myself? Hi. So that is the way some people come off on some of their little stale videos when they're introducing themselves. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to tell you a story about how I was at work. Oh, God, several years ago, having a conversation with my secretary. And during that conversation, I just broke out sweating. And I did not want her to literally see me sweat. So I politely ended the conversation and I said, "Hey, I'll be right back." And it was at that moment that I had to say, okay, where did this come from? I'm because I am an educator, I needed to know what my triggers were. And it then caused me to embark on a journey to say, what is this thing that I'm going through? And I was determined to find out, what is menopause? Why is menopause? Where did this come from? So I was and am my first client, and I think I'm doing pretty good right about now. Hey, I'm Myra, the Menopause Wellness Coach. I help women manage menopause symptoms to live a scintillating second half through holistic strategies. So I am so medication averse, but if you need to take medication, please by all means do that. Anything that I suggest, please consult with your physician. Because I'm just a regular old person with a whole bunch of degrees and a whole bunch of certificates. And I study and what is it? They call it micro classes or whatever. That's what I do. Certified personal trainer, certified life coach, project management professional. Any class that I can take to get a certification, that's me. I'm getting ready to roast some Brussels sprouts. But this is the thing. What nobody tells you is that menopause is more than just night sweats and hot flashes, hair transformation, skin changes, mood swings, weight gain, all the things. No one tells you that. And menopause is more than that. You start to feel like a stranger in your own body. And when you're talking to your physician or whoever your medical professional is, most of them are not well versed in talking about or helping you to remedy things about menopause. So I've bought several books. I take several, Mary Claire Haver. What is the other lady's name? There are several ladies who I just consume their content ad nauseum to see how I can be a better friend, facilitator, helper for women who are going through perimenopause, menopause, and hey, for us postmenopause divas, hey, we are good. We are good. As I said, I'm sitting here about to make me some roasted Brussels sprouts. Although it's late, that's what I do. Brussels sprout. To produce a transformative change, I use what is called Myra's Menopause Wheel of Change because menopause is more than just, again, the laundry list of symptoms that many women experience. It is a physical issue, it's a spiritual issue for sure, whew, social, emotional, intellectual, and occupational. And as a menopause wellness coach, I focus solely on three particular um, changes within the menopause realm: confidence, intimacy, and cognition. Why confidence? I'm me. I'm my client. That was one of my biggest struggles when growing up, period, was low confidence, low self-esteem, and it showed in various facets of my life. as I started going through menopause, I found myself engaging in reckless behavior, and it was due to low self esteem, poor confidence, intimacy. We all know that one of the issues with, or one of the symptoms of menopause, perimenopause, lack of low libido. I have another issue with that. Is it really low libido? Is it that because your estrogen is dropping, you have a low interest in engaging in sexual activities or being intimate with your partner? Or are you disinterested? So, as a menopause wellness coach, and when I talk about intimacy, I find ways to reconnect partners in that, okay, so is it a mental thing? Because I'm a sapiosexual. If you talk smart to me, ow, I get turned right on. Some people are turned on by, again, that love language thing and act of service, touching, all of those things. So is your low libido really from your depletion of or depleting estrogen, or is it your lack of interest in your partner? And if it's your lack of interest in your partner, let's look at ways to improve that. And then cognition. That brain fog does its own thing. The low concentration, or as my man says, squirrel. Yeah, because I can be saying one thing 1 minute and then all of a sudden I'm on a whole nother subject. He knows not to interrupt me mid conversation because I'm going to forget what I was saying. So, with that, there are some tools and some strategies that I employ to help me stay on track, to minimize some of that brain fog. My big way that I always tell people about how to decrease that brain fog: go outside. Go outside, get some fresh air. The air has a way, and there's scientific proof that shows air, fresh air, getting outside, walking, the sun has a way of it emits and clears out certain chemical blockages that are going on. So definitely get you some air. That's how I perform transformative services with clients. I use Myra's Menopause Wheel of Change, but I focus solely on 3 areas of menopause. That's confidence, intimacy, and cognition. And hey, my approach is really simple. And as we are discussing menopause symptoms, please drop in the comments some symptoms that you have, some conversations that you would like to have, and some ways or strategies that you have used to kind of minimize some of your more pervasive symptoms. And so, as a menopause wellness coach, my approach for helping minimize or help women manage their symptoms is simple. We have a conversation, we talk, I have a survey, we look at the different triggers. I am huge on food journaling, medication journaling, activity journaling. I don't know if y'all heard that just pop in my neck. Yeah, and I'm on break. So I've not been very active this past week, and I can feel it all over my body, my neck, my arms, everything is just tense and tight. So, yeah. I know see, that's that squirrel thing. I just went off topic so completely. So in saying what I just said, I was talking about my approach to helping. And yeah, it's really simple. Conversation, we set up a plan, and you have to be the one that follows through. I cannot do the work because it's you. And this is the other thing. My symptoms are going to be different from your symptoms. What helps me is probably going to be different from what helps you. For instance, I found out that sugar and super high stress situations cause me to have hot flashes. So as I'm cutting Brussels sprouts, I try to eat as clean as possible. I know what foods trigger me. I know my triggers. So those are the things that I work with clients on, are finding the triggers. I like to do group work with clients because what works for me may not work for you, but somebody else in that group may have a solution that works for them. I am not the end all be all. I am just a person who reads incessantly, looks for the answers, and tries to share my expertise and my knowledge to help solve a problem. Just as science changes every day, the information about menopause also is constantly changing. This People study puberty. We study what happens before you start becoming a woman. We study what happens as you are evolving and being a woman. So obstetricians and gynecologists know what it looks like to have a baby. But as you move into your older years, your second half, or your 75-cent life, nobody has taken a lot of time to study that. And really, over the past, I'm going to say 2 to 3 years, has information started really coming out. I've been talking about menopause for years. However, I had to take some steps back because I talked about menopause from an intimacy level only. So I had to do some additional research and figure out how I could share the information without getting fired from my job. And I know some of you feel like menopause is running your life. Hey, listen, it probably is. If you go to the description in this video, click on the link. There are some free resources and guides there in my stand store. If you want to schedule a session with me, you can book a session with me and we can talk about it, see what I can do to assist you. Let's see. Oh, I have some merch. And listen, I'm going to have to tell the story. I know this says Freaky Nerd Wellness, but I have since changed the name of my business, and I'll have to tell that story another day. I might tell it later on today, but I need to finish cutting my Brussels sprouts so that I can roast them, so that I can eat. And this light is super hot. So yeah, it's super hot. So I'm going to stop here. And hey, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. Share this information out. And again, if you have anything that you would like for me to discuss or talk about, please drop it in the comments. I am looking forward to sharing. Yep, you know what? I'm after I cut up my Brussels sprouts, I'm going to come back and share why I changed the name of my business from Freaky Nerd Wellness to, hey, just simply, I'm Myra the Menopause Wellness Coach. Now my logo stays the same because wellness starts from within. All right.